Okay, so you watch the show. Now it's time to level up. Hit that join button and get the VIP treatment. Early access, behind the scenes, and even shout-outs on the spot. Get in the mix with the real ones, breeders, fans, and all the dog lovers. Join the fam, be a part of something bigger. Starting at just $1, you get access to the best content we got. And that's not all. Members get 10% off all merch and gear. Plus, you're on the priority list for getting your next pup. You're in the loop. To join, just click the join button below this video. Pick your tier and boom, you're part of the squad.
Yo, Toyo.
Yes, sir. Salute. Yeah, you already know. Salute. Salute. It's Friday. We made it now. It's Friday. I ain't still no sense chilling now. We done made it. We done made it. Made it. Salute. Salute, JT. Salute, Earlhead. AK, salute. Good brother Mike Dan, salute. Yes, sir.
Salute.
Big A in the building, salute.
Salute. Yes, sir.
Big Tony. M1.
Salute.
You already put that joint, you already put the link in the chat. You want me to do it?
I got you, big dog.
That's what's up. Salute. Fire show, y'all just had. You know what I mean? I was catching what I could while I was moving around. Fire show. I'm lighting the L up by fault. I was just lighting the L up. But fire show. Dre opened up the gates just in case y'all want to continue the conversation. If you didn't get what you needed to get off about the dogs of old and the dogs of today. I mean, you know, if y'all want to carry it on or whatever, that's cool. The doors is open. Give my thoughts on it in a few. You know, I got to drop some little facts or whatever, but decoy dogging. I seen something the other day, decoy dogging. They was using the pits and other dogs to hunt coyotes. And the little slick thing they was doing was called decoy dogging, whereas though they trained their dogs to make the decoy on the coyotes, make them think they running from them and stuff, and bring them closer to the hunters, and then the hunters either shoot them or let the dogs chase them, get them after they get them in the open to a certain spot. I thought that was slick. I was peeping it out. Looked like the dogs was enjoying themselves. So that was another, and I never seen the terms for that and everything called decoy dogging. So that was interesting. So there go another activity for y'all guys with the working dogs. Decoy dogging is the aspect of hunting, and I seen it used hunting coyotes. I was watching some guys using pit bulls to hunt coyotes, and they was using a technique called decoy dogging. Salute. Who I got? Salute the Wolf. Curtis and Bulldog. Hey, salute the King. King T, salute. Go Ham Bulldogs. Yes, sir. Top of the AM. Salute the Wolf RBG. Yes, sir. But like I say, the door's open if y'all want to continue that, which I was talking about. My aspect on it, you know what I mean? We'd already been through it many a times. My challenge is to the newcomers. I mean, y'all already got your hands full. Y'all play your hands full now. And challenges all on your hands. So just make your dogs great. But I'm gonna just give my opinion. I'm towards more of the side of the old dogs are better, and it's only because what are we using the standard? What are we using? What measuring stick are we using? I mean, we could just hands down. The old guys was testing the heart. Their whole thing was testing the hearts. So what are y'all testing? What is the thing that you use the heart with today? Out in the woods, probably hunting and stuff. But on a real on the old men that be bragging on those, they were testing those dogs' heart. So it wasn't about nothing else but the heart. All that other stuff, but it was the heart that was being tested. So, so I think, just me, Toyo, thinking if ain't participating in any type of way, shape, or form of testing your dog's heart these days, and to what level are you testing their heart? You should know it not when you look in the mirror. If you're doing the same type of testing, stress testing that they was, so hands down, you should just go ahead and give up the homage right there, and move on with the best you could do. That's just me saying what I feel. Hold up, I think I got somebody in the back. Oh, that's you, Dre. You up here?
Yeah. Hold on.
I don't know if that's you in the back, Dre, or what, but no, it was you. I think it was just a late thing. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Like, those guys was experts in testing the heart, man. They was experts in testing the heart. They had a glorious time, whereas though they had some decades, whereas though they could be masters of that, testing the heart and knowing what to look for, stuff like that. Now it's jobs out here that nowadays that you can test the heart out in the woods and stuff like that. But let's just keep it real with ourselves. How many are gonna actually be out there doing that with the dogs? And again, I say it's levels to it. Even though you're going out in the woods and stuff like that, you still might not can compare that job to the test that was given historically speaking. So just me comparing the jobs, I would have to say hands down the dogs of the past, only because the measuring stick they was using, they were testing the heart. And the doors is open if y'all want to keep chopping on it or whatever. Salute though to the dogs of today, and good luck to you. Salute.
Yeah, man. Salute, Toyo, man. I think
Yes,
you
sir.
covered it very well, bro. You know what I'm saying? You covered it very well.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Can you hear me,
sir.
bro?
Good Friday. Yeah, I hear you a little bit.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to be.
Yo, you sound clear. It just sound like you was talking low. That's all.
I am. I had to come back in the house, man. My wife ain't back from the gym yet, so I had to come back in the house and do this, and do that, man. But yeah, bro, that was a profound statement you just made, bro. Testing the heart is what it's all about, and I don't even have to talk about no even hog hunting. Even with the protection work stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to know the dog gonna bite somebody when I needed to bite somebody, save my life. You know what I'm saying? So, the heart is essential for a good working dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? The saying was it ain't the size of the dog in the fight, is what is the size of the heart, right? Something like that. You know what I mean? So, we could have healthier dogs. We could have longer longevity. We could have more litters that survive. We could have more people with the dogs. But it's still that test of the heart. That test of the heart was what the difference was to me. The test of the heart is still a difference in the decision of that question, I think, from the old to the new. The test of the heart is a major. How y'all gonna deal with that part? But like I say, you only can do what you got, your hand that you dealt. So you still got to play it to the fullest. You know what I mean? So get them active. And, since I said that, like I said, it is things where you can test their heart. It is things that you can test their heart too. Dogs outside of the AKC must get a single registration form to be competitive. Okay, quick. You talking about 100-yard dash competition? Okay. You talking about 100-yard dash competition? Okay. But I think the way you're saying it, quick, is that the AKC is the only one that holds the 100-yard dash competition. That's the only one you felt to hold the 100-yard dash. Because it's a record for a 100-yard dash, so I don't think you got to be registered with no group. Maybe to get in their competition, maybe quick. But nah, that 6.9 was a record out there, world record. So that's open. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think the for the AKC, man, for all of their competitions, with them specifically, they have what's called the limited registry. And if, like he was saying, in regard to that, I don't think it limits it to the 100 dash AKC, but they have their obedience trials. You know what I'm saying? They
AKC trials,
got even if
They just a brand. They got all the competition. They got a lot of. I'm sorry I cut you off. Slam off. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good. You saw where I was going. I threw you the live.
Yeah. Nah, but like the competition that I was giving y'all was not specifically specific to registries. All the competitions I gave you, they were open competitions. Now AKC hold their own competitions, and you already know how the AKC roll and UKC. But I specifically named stuff that y'all all that everybody could get into. I ain't just named no specific AKC joints. So all those little jobs I named and competitions, and they wasn't just AK. I made sure that
yeah, man.
AKC got their PAL number thing. What's that? You know, what's that one, Drace? Explain that one to me.
Nah, let me pull this up. So I'll be sitting and tell you a bold-faced
PAL license.
I be telling you a bold-faced lot.
Hey, PAL number thing.
Oh.
We could learn something today then. PAL.
Hello, Toyo, can you hear me? Hello?
American Kennel Club. Yeah, I hear you loud. I hear you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's where I'm at with it though. Like I said, the new thing, I mean not new thing, but the thing I brought up today was the dog, decoy dogging. Seeing them guys hunting with hunting coyotes, doing the decoy dogging type technique. Yes, sir. Also, Toyo's thoughts on some things. Let me see what Quick saying. I'm saying we have access to more events through the AKC with their limited registration. Salute Quick. Salute the Quick. I got you. Salute that. I was thinking about some things about the how much money plays a part in these dogs. Like, you know, we always want to say that it's the you know, it's about the dogs. It's about the dogs. It's about a good dog and all of that. But like, you know, we just, you know, trying to keep it real as I can. Money was always a big part. Money run things, bro. To me, money run things. You know, we can sit here and make like it don't. I'm sure I'll have an argument on the other side that you know, the argument could be that the good dogs really would run it. But like, to me, I think the money kind of put a scar. Money puts a scar on certain things. And what I mean by that, just keeping it real, through my experiences, I see, like, you know, like good dogs are good dogs, and they be where you find them at and everything, which means you could be a greasy corner kitchen to have good dogs consistently. And the mass public might not know about you because, you know, for whatever reasons, you understand. And that's on a worldwide scope. So when the money get involved, I mean, you know, the money puts you in a position to buy the top dogs or whatever, you know, the top dogs of your, you know, that's out there from different lines or whatever. You know, that's just keep it real. If you got money, you could kind of get dogs that other people can't put their hands on. You know what I mean? So and also I also say that the money kind of played a role in ways though, you know, once you got a whole marketing scheme behind your dogs and you out there in the commercial, your dogs make it to the commercial side of the game, whereas though you could get money just by your accolades and things. It's a different type of game. Like money, like, you know, you can have a good dog. Like, just think about how many good dogs that basically they was good and they had to prove themselves, right? They had to prove themselves, but they ain't have the right pedigree. They ain't have that pedigree that was hot on the market. So these are things that's not new to the community. That's why you'll hear stuff like it's not surprising that you'll hear stuff like they say Maurice Carver had a drawer full of papers, and he'll just go in there, and put some papers on the dog. You know what I mean? Like boom, boom, boom. So looking at it like that, you know what I mean? So that's how easy it is for, that's how the money and the papers in the game really. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because, some people, they want to see that paper trail. That's very important to them. The money game, the money game, they got people on the dog that made the commercial, that's making the commercial, that's in the commercial headlines on the radio. If you get that to me, they on the radio, they getting popping every day. You hear them in rotation, So, but you got these other dogs over here that's coming out fire. They coming out actually better than the kids of the commercial dog. But the commercial dog is making so much money that you shouldn't be surprised that some of the dogmen would just slap some papers on them good dogs. Slap some papers on them good dogs. If they could get away with it, they're gonna do that to move. Slap them papers on them dogs or whatever. Slap them on some even dogs that ain't of that quality, just to move it, just for the benefit of the papers. So a lot of that get caught up in the money game. So that kind of slows up the good dogs too. That kind of slows up and loses people on with the good dogs too. Because you got people that's always, once that money get involved, you're gonna have people's that their incentive is money. So they're gonna cut corners and stuff like that. You shouldn't even be surprised. You shouldn't even be surprised. You know what I mean? And especially nowadays, you're gonna have to be more aware of that. Because nowadays at the time that you definitely can't be boogieing like you used to. That's basically made the papers more cherishable now, or more valuable now, because that's basically the only tie you got to something. That's what I'm just keeping it real with you. So now it's about, like, you know what I mean, who got the best paperwork, and it was gonna be like that for a minute. You seen it be like that for a minute, but it's really gonna be like that now. Who keeping them lit up? Who keeping them lit up and stuff like that. But like most of these people that's not even doing the work, it's the money that's making them be able to get those types of dogs. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like you once this type of game is like this, once this game is typed like this, you suspect to get beat for anything. Just having some good papers. Just having some good papers. Because our eyes are on the papers right now. Our eyes are really on the papers right now. That's just, it's just where it's at, where the Bulldog game at. And it's been like that for a minute, though. It's been like that for a minute. Because at one point in time, it was like you look at the dogs and figure out what a good dog is. Now, with all the information and all of the value that's being placed on paperwork, guys are starting to be able to pretend. That's the only word I'm gonna use. Pretend that they can look at the papers and find out where a good dog is. You know what I mean? That's what's starting to be a lot of now. And like I said, it's not nothing new. It's been like that for a minute. Guys seem to think that they could look at papers and tell you if it's a good dog or not. And when it start being like that, a lot of like that, more things like that, people saying they could just look at papers and tell you if it's a good dog or not interested just because the paper's the way it is. So that should tell you where the community at with certain things and what they hold their value in. And it's not to shoot at anybody, because basically people have to use their best discernment, whatever they're trying to do with their program. So I can't shit on the guys that choose the paper way and put that much faith in the papers. I mean, because what else do you have to stand by? You either got the paperwork that they saying is really like this, or you really got to be going, putting your feet on the ground and doing all this hard searching for good dogs. And, so that's the vice versa right there. That's the vice versa. That's just my opinion on it. Like I said, I've been said it's all gray areas in the bulldog world. I was just putting my opinion on the subject, though. Door open for anybody want to come on the mic, though. Pup prices on the low side compared to some other breeds. Grown dogs with a reputation is where the bigger prices come from. Yeah, always has been, Hemi. Always has been. The older the dog, the price usually goes up because, you got to think about it, the time, effort of raising that dog now, keeping them healthy. So the price has to keep on going up, That's not surprising. Now, as far as money, when you playing the money game, my opinion, and the reason why pups prices was always kind of on the low side compared to other breeds, I think they always was on the low side compared to other breeds. And it's kind of it is a slap in our dog's face, seeing what they can make off monies that's offshoots of our dog, and it's not half as good. That's just getting sold on what they're getting sold on. How can we attack that problem, though? How can we really attack that problem without, how can we really attack that problem? How can we? I think, the more of us that raise the prices for better quality animals, maybe, you know what I mean? But it got to be, the more people got to be able to hold on to the animals and don't just give up to that cheap price. More people got to do it and not sell for that cheap price. I think it's more people in our community that's going to be thirsty. I mean, going to be thirsty with it. It's more of a cutthroat community, I think. But then again, I'm not in any other dog communities, so it could be just as vicious over there. And I have heard that it is more vicious over there than the pit game. So maybe we don't really want that, because I hear it's real serious over there too with them high money dogs, and them exotic breeds and them toy breeds, them exotic, it's a lot of scamming and stuff going on over there too. And they thirsty, a lot of hustle, people getting in it to make $1. So, why trade our beautiful thing for some other things that's doing the same thing, and they dog ain't even as good as ours? That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? But I think the way you change and get the prices you want, you got to put the work in and make your dog available to the right eyes. To me, that ain't even really got to be on the dog. The price don't even got to relate to how good the dog is. The world we in now, I think it's about getting the dog in front of the right eyes, putting your dog in the right situation. And it maybe was like that before too, but I think right now it's more about putting your dog in front of the right eyes and being a good salesman and presenting your dog in certain ways, and making the people believe that you believe your dog is valuable as what you say it is, which means talk the talk, just like them other guys be talking. And I think you can get what you want for those dogs, because when you're talking, whoever's listening, they're already interested. You know what I mean? It's up to you from there how your game is. You put a beautiful product in front of them, and you got it kind of easier now. Like we say, the standards of the heart testing is not to a full high as it was. So, and most of the time, 90% of the people that's going to get your dogs are not even going to be indulging in that. So you kind of in a more win-win situation to demand these prices. So I think it's more of you really putting your dogs in front of the right people. Not in front of people that's not going to spend that type of money for those type of dogs, but people that, you know, you got to kind of find those people, go fishing for those type of people, because you have a beautiful hound. We all have beautiful dogs out here that basically like that causes attention, and everybody causes a second look and everything. You know what I mean? So I feel it's about the presentation of the dog to bring the prices up. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Good presentation, you know what I mean? And putting them in front of the right people who got money for dogs, who's into dogs, you know, different places, you know. Those high money dogs, you know, go different places. Those high money dogs, depend on who you trying, what type of dollar, who you competing with. But like, yeah, the pit bull can break into those different circles. You know what I mean? You just got to be somebody that is willing to push your dog to the, you know, to get that bag.
Facts, man. Man, shout out to the whole Cat Bros community, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out them Cat Brothers in the building, Toyo.
Yeah. Oh, salute the whole Cat Brothers. I already know. King T says, so what's the set price? That's I ain't gonna set the price for the community. You know what I mean? What y'all think it is? I ask y'all, King T. You know what I mean? Because I don't even really sell dogs. I don't even sell dogs to the public or none of that. So, you know, my somebody that's out there in the public, like Dre, what you think a good set price would be for as a community? You know, nobody's wrong or right. We just somebody throw out some prices, which y'all think it'd be. I'll be the first one. I think $2,500 minimum for American Pit Bull Terrier puppy, no less. I think $2,500. That's just me. I think $2,500 should be the start for the puppies. I ain't even fronting, you know. That's me. Now, half the community ain't gonna be with me with that. You know what I mean? You know, but like, hey, that's just me. I think we at a time where as though these puppies should get $2,500 off coming from you, especially if it's a healthy puppy with papers and everything. You know what I mean? Like, man, yeah, put some respect on that, man. $2,500, and it go up after that. You know what I mean? That's just me. What you think about it, Drake?
Yes, I would say $1,500 is like a entry level. You don't know what you got type thing. I would say $2,500 is for today's success in something today. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's confirmation, agility, you know, the parents should be accomplished. I ain't gonna say proven, but accomplished in something. That's why I would say $2,500. You know, but at the same time, I'm not gonna tell another man whether he compete or not what his price should be. That's just what, you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at. You know, if we talking $2,000 or more of my hard-earned dollars, I want both parents to be accomplished in whatever it is I'm looking to do.
True that. And once you start talking, like once we start going down this rabbit hole, we always gonna have to, okay, your problem gonna run into the problem gonna run into, all right, you know, you already know people gonna be selling them for, say we got it at $2,500. People gonna be selling them like crazy for $1,500, $2,000, $800. They're gonna be, so you got those people that you gotta deal with. We got a whole lot of those in the community. So what I'm saying is, what is the guy that got the $2,500 pups? How can he separate himself from those people? That's another problem with the pit bull, like, because they're so good. You know what I mean? Like a guy that's selling them for $500, them Jones could look just as good as the guy that's selling them for $25. And like I say, you notice I say look, all right, because like I say, we in a time where as though you can't do nothing else really to really bloom. So look, the times that we in there, how it can affect things. So the guy that's selling them for $500, he just slapping stuff together, whatever. How that $2,500 a pup guy is going to separate himself and demand that $2,500. I know one of the ways to me is you definitely got to have some good dogs. Your stock got to be good. What I mean by that good stock, they got to be looking good. They got to be good to the eye, like looking good to the eye. They got to be active. They got to be, they got to be good puppies. You know, they can't be like, you know, so it's got to be a selective group. So, you know what I mean? So like, and also that person got to be. I think that person has to be willing to keep all of them. Keep all of them before he settle for less, or be able to place all of them. He can't get dog poor, like some people say, house poor or dog poor, when you're overwhelmed, and now you can't stand on that price now because you're overwhelmed, and you got to sell them for anything that go. As soon as you do that, you know you're defeating the purpose. And I think that happens a lot in the bulldog game, like oversaturation with dogs, whereas though, you know, too much oversaturation with these dogs to whereas though we can't demand that price. We can't demand that price. But you know, that's just my opinions. Calypso, $2,500 guy is taking chances most men don't wanna. Yes, sir. Quick say the 2,500 guy needs to be at least at events, other events, working their dogs. My opinion. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go. There you go. That's good. That's a start. That's a start. Yeah, that's a good one. Quick. Yeah, I hear you, Calypso. I hear y'all. Yeah. So see that 2,500 a pup price. That's a good sign that we got people that saying, "Oh, that's not too bad." Like, yeah, as long as that guy's working them, or at least he should be out there working them and stuff, or whatever, working the dogs, so people could. I got you, quick. You saying, as long as you see that person that owns those dogs, or selling the person that's selling those dogs, he's active in the community. Whereas though you seen some of his dogs represented out there in the community, and you like them. So yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent. I think that's almost probably the best way to demand the prices that you want. Go out there and win some events, get some accolades, and basically the people that's at those events, even if it's hog hunting, wall climbing, show confirmation, that's where you find in your circle of the people that's spending the money. Like, you know, you don't know what the circle prices is, but I think you could demand your price when you have those eyes on your dog, that your dog is doing something that they like. Yeah, I think that should be your first step. Getting your dog in front of eyes and being active in front of eyes that wants to spend money for dogs in any event. And you could make the prices. Like a wall climbing dog might be making more than a hog hunting dog, or it don't. You know, the price is determined by the man and how he feels the value of his dog is. That's how I feel, and it's been proven to us already by, in my opinion, lesser of a dog has demanded more money than our dogs. So that should at least be enough fire underneath our ass to be not even tripping off trying to push your dogs for higher prices, demanding more for your dogs. Salute that. Salute that. And, you know, I think the dogs, hold up, somebody, I guess, who's that?
That's me, Toyo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. I wanted to say something about I always get the analogy of the water bottle, man. I don't think you got to change much to get your price, but it's an analogy with the water bottle. The dude walking down the street, he says, "Okay, you go into a convenience store, the water bottle is $1.89, right?" That same water bottle, you know what I'm saying? You go to the movie theater, it's $5. You go to the airport, it's $7. You get on the plane, it's $12. And it just ties into what you were saying. Is you got to get into the circle, into the arena, or to the area where the dogs are valued in that way. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, you know, the marketing, the internet market is the new wave. Because I told you last night, you know what I'm saying, in Korea, it ain't a dog in the digital dog show that wouldn't go for more than $3,000 in Korea. I'm telling you. When I was in Korea, man, the stuff I was seeing, it was being sold as
You mean less than $3,000. You mean less than $3,000, right?
Correct,
yeah.
You know, but over there, you know what I'm saying, just because it's an American pit bull terrier and a foreign dog, it's considered exotic. You know what I'm saying? So like the run of the mill pits over there was going for 150 million won, or you know, or $1,500 US. You know what I mean? And I wasn't impressed. None of them would win my digital dog show. You know what I'm saying? None of them were winning any AKC or ADBA or whatever shows you put them in. They weren't doing it. But in Korea, it's a commodity. Where in America, we have them rampant. You know what I'm saying? So that matters too. You know what I'm saying? You got to put yourself in the right place.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's excellent what you're talking about, because it seems like that's my next question would be to you, like, you know, if somebody's selling to the public, because I know it's been some big timers that already have dogs over, already they do the overseas things. They already been selling dogs overseas. Salute to them. But just the fact that you told me, like, yeah, man, still like that. Is it still like that over there? Like, because like what you're saying, then if people that want high prices for their dogs, you might. I mean, I don't know how it is about getting dogs over there and selling it to the people over there. Is it a hard task? Do you have to be a rich person to do something like that? Or can you set yourself up to sell dogs to the Korean people? Or is it not? I don't know, Dre. Do you know how talk to me? Like,
so when I was
how would
there,
you do that?
When I was there, you could go to a pet store, you know what I'm saying? And they actually had them like, I remember back in the early 2000s, you go to pet stores in America and find them. But like, that would be the price at the pet store. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you say they was getting more, was they getting American bred dogs, or they was getting dogs
these are American
there?
Pit Bull Terriers. And these
Okay, so
American
whose name? Who was they knowing who to holler at? That's what I'm trying to find out. Like they was punching up, and they just immediately the top people was coming up, like Garner and them. Like how would the little man? How the little man would get some?
I'm talking about Joe Schmo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they, you know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
okay.
You know what I mean? It was nobody's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, like I genuinely believe if I go back to Korea right now, one of these old yellow dogs, I go over there and pull $5,000 off an old yellow dog in Korea. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not saying that they're any different over there than they are over here. It's just the market, like what they have to offer over there.
But can you went robot style to get on me? But my question to you would be like, yeah, you might got to go and come back to the robot style. But my question, I know you can hear me. My question is, okay, how would you even market to them? You know, like I know if you took one over there, yeah, but like you know, a lot of us can't afford to just grab no dog and take him to Korea. So how can you even get your you know what I mean? Like, you know, make that avenue. Because I think more brothers would be doing that. And then like you said it, the dogs wasn't looking that good over there. So maybe it's a need for some good dogs still in those places.
Yeah, I agree. And this thing, man. So I'm gonna use the military. The military, they buy their working dogs from the Netherlands. Can you hear me, Toyo?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the military, they buy their working dogs from the Netherlands. The KMPV working German Shepherds and Malinois. And so, you know, when one of the guys from the Netherlands come over here, it's niggas right here in America that got the same dogs, you know what I'm saying, off the same lines. But because this guy's from the Netherlands, apparently his dog is better because he's from the place where the dogs originate from. And that's how they view us in Korea. So yeah, that's a lane over there. You know what I'm saying? Now getting a yard over there is the difficulty because it costs about $4,000 to get a dog to go through all the SOFA agreements and everything like that and get all the clearances to get that dog into the country. So I would say probably if I was going back to Korea, I would take me one stud, pay the $4,000, get that stud in country, and breed the nuts off of them over there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's smart. That's smart. Hey, that's smart. That sounds like a move for somebody. That's smart. Yeah, hear me say, I knew many dog men that back in the day when they kept their own. Oh, that's Mr. Vernon. Oh, Mr. Vernon said, I knew many dog men that kept their own records on breedings. They had the original paperwork, but decided to not leave the paper trail. But they knew. Salute. But see, Mr. Vernon, coming up in those times, I would think, yeah, you could be cool doing that. These times, not so much. I don't think. These times, the paperworks are held at a higher standard than back then. That's what I do see. I see that the paperwork nowadays are held at a higher standard, more so than back then. Whereas though, yeah, the papers really mean something today. Not the dog first, but the hey Queen, my fault, Queen. I ain't seen it till Dre said it. My fault, Queen. I've been slipping lately. Yeah. But right now, more people are more prouder than the dog. I mean, more prouder of the papers, more prouder than the papers, more than the dog. I mean, you probably could go over to your friend's house, you know, he'll talk to you more about his papers. Y'all to talk more about conversations. And it's even proven every day on YouTube, on the shows, or all the shows. We talk more about the paperwork as a whole on the community. We talk more about pedigrees than we do about, then we show dogs. I'll say that. Then we show dogs. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So, boom, there he is with it. And after a while, you know, Big PPW in the building, Chico. Mad Doc up in here. Okay, salute Mad Doc.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mad, bro.
Yeah, because right now you can have some, like right now, you ain't even got had no dogs around you right now. And you can talk much stuff right now if you just got papers from back in the day. If you just got some papers from back in the day, you can be talking big stuff right now. We might not never get around to where the dogs at. You can just rock and roll with your paper game. You know what I mean? They more valuable than the dog right now. You can talk so much on the papers nowadays that when you finally get to see that person dog after all them papers he showed you, them lit up pedigrees and all that, and you be like, man, that look good, everything. When you actually, how many times do that dog don't never be looking like, bro? You know what I mean? The closest thing, that's why I say that's that heart what made that all together. You know what I mean? To show somebody looking like a whole joint. That joint ain't looking like like the paperwork say. Paperwork real though. You know, hey. And I think that's because GB.
Wow. What up, though?
GB. There he is. What's up, bro?
What's up? Hey, this
You the man.
This a big topic, Big Toyo.
Hey man, they all been heavy lately. They all been heavy, boy. They been heavy lately.
You made me pop on here, man. I seen, man. You talking about prices, man. I done seen, man. Man. So what happens when you I done seen a no paper dog get so high for any type of dog. A dog, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, Toyo? It go back to what y'all saying. It got a lot to do with who eyes on it, what circle you in, or is you in a money circle, or is you in even an area where the whole area, your city, your region, is it money in that area? You feel what I'm saying? You might have $4,000 dollars, but you're not in the area where ain't nobody can afford 4,000. You feel what I'm saying? You might have to give them. You might have to let them get them for 1,800. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
They might be. You might want 4,000 for them, but they might be $5,000 dogs though. You feel what I'm saying?
You was not lying.
Come on, man.
You was not lying.
I also done seen it where at first, Big Toyo, you got this animal over here, and I see it. I know it's good, and you just say you want 1,000 for it. Because I'm your partner, I want to give you 500. You're like, nah, man. We could do a joint venture or something like that. But I'm just not gonna let you get it outright for 5. Or I give you something off the one of his offspring or something. But anyway, I turn your offer down, right? The dog get accomplished, and you sell it to Shogun Unlimited, and Shogun is the top breeder. He has a program. He has everything. Everything is world class. And,
Yes,
and
sir.
now I want this same dog that Toyo had, but now Shogun got it. And Shogun, and you was offering it for me for 1,000, but Shogun starting price is 2,500. And now if I want it,
Uh-huh.
I'll go right up there to Shogun and give him the 25, but I wouldn't give you the 1,000 though.
That's
Boy,
how I think be going, bro. That's how I think be going.
I
That's
see.
how I think be going, man. And that's what be killing we be killing ourselves. And it start with that, what you said, that them people coming with the shorts early. And you said 500, and I'm saying you blessing them by saying you were still working with them. Cause man, when you saying 250 and 500 in our community, bro, that's kind of really right now in this age, man. That's real disrespectful right now in this age, man. 250 and $500, man. Man, dog food is more than that, man. You understand what I'm saying, man? But like people be needing the money sometimes, and once you do that, you know what I mean. Hey,
Here, this why it's always gonna be a $500 dog in my opinion. Okay, you got these gray hounds, but you might not have the marketing or you might not be in the way. But once you have this litter, these dogs still got to get fed. You feel me? So you might want 1,500 for them, but what you gonna do when the dogs get 18 weeks and you still got them all in the pen and you ain't got no space to put them all and you can't afford to feed them all? So now you gotta sell them for 500 if you want to get rid of them.
and that's where it be at. That's why I told him early, like you can't be those things that mess you up. Like you can't if you can't afford to, or you can't hold it down to make. That's gonna play a factor in you giving them dogs up for 250 and 500. It might even play a factor in you giving them away after a little while.
That's
You know what I mean?
Come on, man. That's what's gonna happen, Toyo. Come on. Hey, come get this motherfucker, man. I told you I wanted 1,000 for it, but you can come get him right now.
Hey, GB, it happens so much in our community. Do you know that some of the people's moves now to wait you out, and they be having money, and it be the rich people who play that. The people with the money will play that game on you too. Like, oh, the money will play that game on you. They'll look at you and size your whole thing up, be like, all I gotta do is weigh him out. I think I could weigh him out. I'm telling you, it'd be all types of games like that. They'll wait you out. They got the money to pay for it and all that, but they looking at you as a brother that can't hold on. You can't hold on. You're gonna have to give them up sooner or later. You dig what I'm saying? And they'll play you all the way out like that. Yes, sir.
See, I need y'all boys to start learning how to visit the Winn-Dixie. I'm trying to tell you, if you learn how to visit Winn-Dixie, man, you don't have that problem.
Talk to us, Dre. What's the Winn-Dixie gonna do?
So the Winn-Dixie is this, man. I got homeboys that really run hogs, right? They really hunt hogs. I'm talking about East Texas. They go through 7-10 dogs a year, right? If I can't get that dog off, and I know I want it back or want some merit off of it, I'm sending it to the Winn-Dixie. That's the hog doggers. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, they might not pay that price, but that's because they go through enough dogs. It ain't no way they can afford to pay $2,500 per dog. You know what I'm saying? But the dog gonna be used, and if it comes back in 2 years, it's worth breeding back into the program and doing the same thing over again. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you ain't got room, you gotta have the Winn-Dixie. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the Winn-Dixie.
Hey, I'm gonna double down on that, Dre, but I'm gonna give you the opposite. I'm from a place to where if the dog might not be up to caliber as far as in the eyes of the beholder, those Winn-Dixie men see something in it, or they might see they can use it. And where the eyes of the beholder won't give you number 500, the Winn-Dixies might give you 2,500 for it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's you 100% correct.
Another thing I learned about,
and you also correct what you just said. If that motherfucker come back out the Winn-Dixie line, it's definitely worth breeding too.
well, I tell you something else about the Winn-Dixie guys, man. This really his sold dogs for me is let's say you send one to the Winn-Dixie, you couldn't keep it or you didn't see what you thought you saw in it, and they take it hunting and they homeboys see it. Now them guys, once they find something reliable, they stick with it.
Yes,
They
sir.
stick with it. They only shop
Yes,
with
sir.
you. You understand what I'm telling you?
You know something, Dre. You know something.
No, that's real talk. That's real talk. Hog hunters, hog hunters, it's some good hands, and like Dre said, they'll run through some, so they always needing somebody. So yeah, that was a good look, Dre, for the community. Yeah, slide a couple of them to the hog hunters. You might get your dog some accolades at the same time. You got some clients.
Facts.
Salute.
And then this two right here, and I'm gonna get out the way. Just say Big Toyo, you fuck with your boy. You give me one for $5. You give me this 1,500 junk for $500 because you fuck with me. You feel me? And once this dog turn out as your homeboy, this don't happen a lot. I'm just speaking this into existence. This should happen.
Mm-hmm.
I should give you, the dog. It's a good dog. You give me a good product. It turned out it's good. In turn, I should give you what you wanted for it. I might not have been able to afford the whole thing from what over time. I should be able to give you what you wanted for this dog as a token of appreciation for you giving me the opportunity to even own this dog. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it could go down like that. I think relationships should be able to go down like that. I think it's a lot of things that you could do like that. GB, like, that's one way you could have a deal with somebody. Like, look, bro, I know you want one, you ain't even got to pay for it or whatever right now, whatever, because I'm trying to put in some good hands anyway. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put in some good hands anyway. And if it end up being a good dog, we talk then. We talk then. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, that was a whole different lane. It was on the same thing, but the lane when you said the hands, that's a whole different lane. Sometimes it's more valuable to put the animals in good hands than even to sell them. The hands could be way more valuable than selling them.
You might not even want no money when he come. You might not even want no money. That's why I say you'll just talk. Y'all have a conversation after that because you needed them hands. Just like them hands was valuable to you, so you really don't want to double down on that man and ask for no money. You know what I'm saying? What you could do is now that's a good dog. So you know what I mean. You might got breeding. He might let you breed all the time to it anytime you want to. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Things like that.
I'm gonna triple down on that because my hands and my eyes done kept me from having to purchase a lot of dogs that average people would have to purchase. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, go ahead, Dre.
I want to second that motion. I'll give you an example, exactly what he just said, man. So for the Bucci Dre training style with Big A, you know what I'm saying, to get one the way he got his dog trained, that's about 10 bands, you know what I'm saying? And so you put the dog in his hands, you know what I'm saying, and he makes your $5,000 dog a $15,000 dog, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't have to pay for the training because where you put it at. So now you got that, like you said, that expo, somebody else expoing your stuff for you, you know what I'm saying, and then you mess around and get a client, that wants exactly that, you know what I'm saying. Big Lockdown Rudy offered to buy Michonne at the from Big A, you know what I'm saying. Just off what he saw, he ain't caring about no pedigree, none of that stuff, man. But like you said, if you put it in the right hands, and they take it to the places you couldn't take it to. How GB said, you might be in an area where you can only get 500. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Yeah, King T said good. King T brought some reality into it though, and you know this always a hard pill to spill. But you said it earlier, GB. You say just talk it to it in existence because it usually don't go down like that. You did preface that statement with that. So King T doubling down on what you said, man. Many of them deals go sour faster than milk in the summertime. And the summertime, and that's what be messing it up for everybody else, the good people. Because like some of them deals go sour. Can you give us like a example of when a deal like that goes sour? Like you gave dude, he didn't have the money at all, but you know what I mean. You gave him a deal. You gave to him like, look, I gave it to you for 500, man. If it end up being a good dog, and you want whatever, square me away then or whatever. Or you gave it to him on the arm, like, look, man, you ain't got to just pay me as you go, whatever, boom, 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 and end up being a good dog. And you ain't getting no, you don't get no calls, no nothing, and he breeding the dog and all. He could have been sent you something. They could have been sent you something.
finna go all the way in on it then. It's Toyo. I was he had a $2,500 pup. He let me get it for 500. And not only for 500, I didn't have number 250. Let me give him 250 and give him the other 250, right? And he said, "Look, I'm gonna give you this dog, man. You know, see, keep the dog, see if it work out. You know what I'm saying? If it work out, we gonna breed it. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave you this, you don't have the option to take it out and breed it to anybody else. It's gonna all be all in-house breedings. And if you want to sell the dog ain't for sale because it ain't just all the way mine. But if you want to sell it, you know, I'll compensate you for your time and work on the dog, you know what I'm saying, to get it back. Once the dog comes of age and then he doing what I needed to do, he or she, you know, I started breeding it. I'm money hungry. I'm trying to get me some money because Big Toyo, dog come from Big Toyo and Big Toyo got money with the daddy. So I'm finna get money with the son. Okay, I get a couple litters. I done did it behind your back. You don't even know that I done did it. Somebody tell Big Toy, hey, where that dog come from? I got that from Breaker. Breaker? How you get that from Breaker? Oh yeah, he got a damn. What's going on? It go from there. Now you done heard that. Now what if you hear? Hey, they say Breaker got that dog for sale over there for $5,000. What? What?
Yeah.
That shit go down every day, all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We can even take it to Breaker putting it in the ADBA show with the pot 5,000. You feel what I'm saying? And I didn't call you or they asked me where the dog come from. Like J-Bo and them say, that's my shit. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, where this dog come from? That's my shit, man. I get it.
Yeah. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. She goes sad fast in the milk in summertime. You ain't lying. Milk outside the sun. Yes, sir.
I done seen that happen on many, many occasions, but for the good people, I done seen it go how it's supposed to go. I was just saying it needs to be more of those good interactions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I knew you had prefaced it with it, and I like the way you say I want to speak the good part in existence though, because we need the good part to outweigh that old that old garbage shit that niggas be doing on the regular, man.
Man, I'm finna reference the big guy, the big name that we always use, Mr. Garner. He's showing you in real life that you could just put a dog in his hands and the dog's gonna be way better than you could. I don't care who you are and what type of program you are. You can have great dogs, outstanding program. It doesn't trump Mr. Garner program. He can buy a dog from you or you get a dog and put it in his hands. You're gonna go from 5 to 10 or from 10 to 20. You see what I'm saying? It's just echoing everything that we talking about putting the dogs in the right hands, the market you in, the value of the dogs, the program, and how that all that intertwines to the end product.
How about your boy say? Your boy said, King T said he gonna do us better one than that. He said, and the whole pedigree done changed up on you.
Yeah. I put some more of my stuff in the bottom. See that stuff? That stuff in the bottom was mine all along. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, and then on Pairs Online, I made him a champion. I got him a one-time winner. Something he blue or red or something. You know what I'm saying? It got to be something. It looked outstanding. You know.
And man, those things have happened that we just talked about. That happened between legends of old and all that, and I'm sure it's gonna happen between guys of new. You know what I mean? So that's just the things that the Bulldog community do. You hear the stories about Bolio and different things. So they already been doing it. So hey, ain't nothing new under the sun. Just like they say, ain't nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
Vernon said we talk about the dogs first.
Yeah. Hey, and like you said, Toyo, is always gonna be like that because besides the very humble guy that just love animals and gonna deal with animals no matter what, everybody else want to be attached to one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool by you know what I'm saying? I say by default again, you should be want to be attached to something great or have something great. But because
True.
that competition level lies in that, it's always gonna be them snakes and that bullshit that go on. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to have their hands in something that's great.
You ain't lying about that, bro. You ain't lying about that. Hey, shit, we done came to the ad mark, Dre. I think we done came up on the ad. GB done got us through.
I
Salute,
appreciate that,
GB.
man. Salute.
GB always come through, chop it up, man. Salute, bro. Salute, GB.
Yeah. We at the cookout, man. You know what I'm saying? We got the grilled pork chops for Toyo and them at the special table. You know what I'm saying? For the regular people though, we gonna eat brisket burnt tips sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let them boys over there at the special table eat grilled pork chops. You know what I'm
Okay. We treated good today, Dre. We eat this. Yes, sir.
It's better than
Yes,
them
sir.
Lunchables. Better than them Lunchables.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man. So y'all already know, man. We had another one this Friday, y'all boys, y'all, man. Y'all, what King T say? Long as I'm attached to my stuff, I'm good. I know that's right, King T crazy. Hey, man, salute y'all, man. Y'all have a Bulldog weekend, man. Y'all make sure y'all have a Bulldog weekend, man. It's your brother, Big Toyo. Y'all stay royal. I'ma stay loyal. I'ma catch y'all. Salute, Big Dre.
Salute.
For sure, man. Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop, slow head, not